my lovely viewers and my dear students. I welcome you back again to my math distance learning session. Today we are going to be doing part 3 of the topic of set theory that we started a few days back. And today I am with you for another video which is on the topic of key ways of writing sets. Today's session, which is part 3 of the chapter or the topic that we started of set theory, we are going to look at 3 important set notations. This is going to be covering an important topic and some important questions out of these 3 notations: the roster notation, the descriptive notation, and the set builder notation. This topic is going to be very useful for grade 9 and 10 students. Let's get to know the learning objectives for today's session. The learning objectives of today's session are going to be primarily about discussing the 3 different kinds of set notation in which you can write the elements or you can describe the set. So firstly, we are going to look at the roster notation. Thereafter, we are going to look at the descriptive notation, and finally we are going to see what is the set builder notation in which we can write the set. The key concept for today would be these 3 set notations. Let's begin with the first notation, which is the roster notation. In the roster notation, usually when we talk about the set, first thing you should recall from the previous session is that your sets are denoted with a capital letter or a capital alphabet. In roster notation, this is a method in which you are describing the elements of the set by listing them all. And that is the reason why roster notation also has a different name, which is called the list method or the list notation. So whether you see in a question that you need to use the list method or list the elements or write the elements using list notation or the roster notation, so remember all of them are same, and you just need to put in for the set all the elements listed separated with commas and put inside the curly brackets. So an example that I would take here would be the set A. This is described as the set of all odd numbers which are greater than 0 and less than 10. So I have a minimum, I have a maximum limit on the set. Definitely this set A that we are defining here is going to be a finite set. And because it is going to be having only odd numbers, so the smallest would be 1 and the biggest would be 9. So this set A is defined by listing the 5 elements 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So you separate the elements with commas and you put them inside the curly bracket. So this is a finite set of 5 elements. And you can describe this set by saying that it is representing the set of odd numbers which are greater than 0 and less than 1. Let's take another example here. So this I have chosen from your textbook where you are going to learn how you can write the set using the roster method. There are 3 parts ABC. Let's do them one by one. So first part, write the set of natural numbers less than 1. And I hope you can recall your natural number set has the smallest element, or the natural number set begins with the number 1. So you start with 1 and then you have to write less than 6. So there is a maximum limit. It is going to be giving you a finite set of these 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's your set of natural numbers which are less than 6. So you don't include 6. The set has a maximum at 5. It begins with 1, the smallest element. So that was your A part. Coming to the B part, you need to write the set of odd natural numbers which are greater than 4. So because they have to be greater than 4, you have a minimum limit, but the description does not say anything about the maximum for this set. And because this set is going to be taking the elements from the set of natural numbers, so you can say just like the natural number set, this is going to be an infinite set. So greater than 4 means the set should begin with 5 The next odd number, natural number, would be 7, followed by 9, followed by 11. Similarly, if you continue the pattern, it will be 13, 15, and so on, but you can't predict a maximum. So this is going to be an infinite set. Let's look at the third part here. Can you think of another way to describe each set in words? Now, this one, the C part that we are doing, where we are describing the set in words, or we are describing it in sentences or statement, you will just see in the slides to come, is called your third or the next method, which is descriptive method. So here we can describe the set in another different way, and we can do it in this way. The first set could be described as a set of natural numbers less than or equal to 5 or between 0 and 6. So that's another way in which you could just put the set 1, which was an A part, in a different statement. Similarly, for the B part, the second set could be described as a set of odd natural numbers which are greater than 3 or greater than or equal to 5. So that's another way in which you can describe the set. I'm sure doing the C part you have understood that there can be more than one ways of describing a set. So when you are going to see the descriptive notation in the slides to come, I'm sure you will all observe that there can be more than one way of writing the descriptive method or the descriptive notation, and there can be more than one ways in which we could describe a given set in sentences or statements. Okay, so let's now try one question. 2A, I would want you to try right now with me as a part of your classwork, and 2B you can try later as a part of the homework. So let's do answer for 2A part, guided practice. Okay, so how is this set described? The set of even natural numbers from 80 to 90. I'm sure you can see a maximum and minimum, so you know this is going to be a finite set. Although it is coming from natural numbers, it has a restriction of a minimum and a maximum. So let's start from the minimum, which is 80, and the maximum, which is 90. So when you are going to write this set, let me denote it with a capital letter A. I'm going to put my curly brackets first, and now I'm going to list each of the elements of this set separated with comma. So the minimum is 80, and we are taking what? There is a restriction, there is a condition. Even natural numbers. So we have to take multiples of 2. Therefore, we'll put a comma, and the next one will be 82, then 84, 86, 88, and the maximum here is given to be 90. So I'll put that also. And now I'm sure you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a finite set of 6 elements. And how is this set described? It is a set of even natural numbers from 80 to 90. So that is one way of describing the given set. Now we are done with the roster method or the list method, where we have listed. So I will just mention roster method. And now let's do another part for the same question, which is asking you to give an alternative description. So let's write a different way in which we could describe the set. So this set can be alternatively means to give a different or a some other description of the same set, described as. So let's see what other description we can give. So here the minimum we have to keep at 80, the maximum we have to keep at 90. Maybe we could just say that this is the set of all even numbers between 80 to 90. Yeah, and we are taking what kind of even numbers? We are taking even natural numbers. So let's write, or maybe you could also replace it with the language or the word that it is multiple of 2. So we can write this set as the set of even natural numbers between 80 to 90, or you could just also write it in this way, that multiples of 2 between 80 and 90. So there can be more than one way, as I already told you, for writing the alternative description for each set. Okay, so let's try a few other questions on the roster notation or the list method. So here I'm going to be taking now question number 3 as a part that we are going to be now doing, and question 1 is very similar to the one that we just did, only the numbers are changed, 50 and 60, and here you are asked for the set of even numbers. Question 2 is also quite similar. You are given 2 restrictions, 30 and 40, and in between you just take the set of odd numbers. So let's try together now the third one. So I'm putting the answer for the third here. So here you are describing the set. Already the alphabet is given. So which alphabet are you taking? L. And what is this describing? It is giving you the set of letters. So letters means you're taking each letter one at a time in the word. So which word I'm choosing? The word is also letter. So let's see how we can list the elements. So I'm putting, first of all, because this is roster notation, the curly brackets, so that in between we could put what are the letters or the elements of the set. So let's write the first element is going to be L, then we put a comma, write E, then the next element T, then the next element T again, E and R. So here you see some repetition happening, but if you count the set of letters which are present, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are going to be 6 elements in set L, and therefore that makes it a finite set. So please try question 1 and 2 also in a very similar way. Okay, so let's do the second notation, which is the descriptive notation or the descriptive method. And here, as we saw in the last example, we are going to use a short verbal statement or a sentence to describe the given set. So here, let's take an example. Describe a set using the descriptive method containing the elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 in 2 different ways. So here, if you read the question properly, you are given some elements which should be there in the set. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So there are 6 elements which should be in this set, and we are denoting the set with the capital letter B. So use the descriptive method to describe this set in 2 different ways. So that means for this question we have to give 2 ways in which we can describe this given set. So first of all, you observe that all these elements, the 6 elements that should be in the set, are multiples of 2 or they are even numbers. So one way we can write or describe this set is that all the elements in the set are even numbers and they are less than 14. So there is a maximum, and also you can see there is a minimum for this set. So it is going to be a finite set. So the set B can be described as the set of even natural numbers less than 14. Okay, so we are starting with the minimum even number 2 and we are ending at the maximum 12. So that is the first way, the first descriptive way. There can be more than one ways to describe the set. So let's write another way, the second way. So it is the set of the natural numbers in between 1 and 15 that are divisible by 2. So either you can write it as divisible by 2, or you could also just say it as multiples of 2 between 1 and 15. So these are some ways in which you can use the descriptive method to describe the given set. So let's try now one problem. So we are going to be now solving here the guided practice, and let's see what kind of a set is here. So the capital letter A is going to describe the set, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So it is a finite set of 7 elements. Now we need to describe this set using the descriptive method in 2 different ways. So definitely it has a minimum, it has a maximum. And if you observe, these 7 elements have negative integers, -3, -2, -1. Then you have 0 in between and the positive integers 1, 2 and 3. So let's first write the roster method to describe the set so that we will be in a good position to then describe it in the descriptive method. So I'm using the set notation A and I'm just listing the 7 elements of this set. So we separate with comma and put them in the curly brackets. So the first way in which I can describe, I have already seen, this is the set of integers between -3 and +3. So that can be one way in which we can describe the set, and there can be more than one way. So I'm going to write one more way to describe the set. So we can write this as the set of integers greater than -4 and less than 4. Okay, so if you see, we can set a maximum and a minimum limit, and it would be good to just draw the number line here so that you can understand it pretty well. This is 0. On the left you have the negative integers, so -3, -2, -1. Here you have the positive, so 1, 2 and 3. So here I have just taken the maximum, which is greater than -4. So if your -4 is somewhere here, 4 is here, so you are taking greater, so that means you're not including -4. You begin with -3 and then you close at 3 for the given set. So these are 2 ways in which you can describe the set. I hope you've understood descriptive notation from this slide. Okay, now so let's do the third and the final notation, which is the set builder notation. So sometimes it is not convenient for us to write all the elements of a given set. Okay, so especially when it is an infinite set, we are going to be using the notation in which we are going to just mention the rule that will be applicable to each element of the set. So when do we use set builder notation? It is used when we want to employ the rule in which an element is a member of the set. That is when we are going to be using this set builder notation. Let's take an example. So set builder notation can be written in this form. This is an example of a set A, which is equal to, so we mention in the curly brackets, the general element X. Now this X is going to be a member of the set A such that X is greater than 5. So remember, this bar, vertical bar that you have, is denoting your such that, or sometimes to denote such that you also use a semicolon in the set builder notation. So this set builder notation, as you can see here in the example, denotes the set A that has all real numbers greater than 5. So you have the rule is X is more than 5. You have the general element, which is X, such that this condition or this rule is going to be true. So that is an example of set builder notation. So let's see a little bit more on this notation, because it is one of the most important notations out of the 3. So let me highlight a few points about this set builder notation. So first thing, in the set builder notation, this is an example I've taken, the set of the finite set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have this in the roster form, you can rewrite in the set builder notation in this way. So you write the curly brackets, inside you put the general element X, such that X is belonging to the natural number and that X has a condition. What is the rule? it has to be less than 7. So you are taking the natural number, the minimum starts from 1 and it is going to be less than 7, so 6 is going to be the maximum. So how do you read this set builder notation? It is a set of all elements x such that x is a natural number and it is less than 7, and we can use any symbol or any letter to denote the variable, but generally the notation that we use for the variable is x. So you can recall from your algebra that a variable is a symbol. Usually we denote it with x or any other letter that can represent the elements of the set. Remember, whether it is set builder, whether it is your roster form, all the elements are going to be listed in the set inside the curly brackets or the braces, and a vertical bar here in the set notation of set builder form denotes your such that. These are some important things that you should remember about the set builder notation, and let's now solve some questions. Okay, so here on the screen you have 2 questions. We are going to be trying one of them. Let's try question number 9, and this will be your homework for today. Please do try it so that you can test your understanding. And for these 2 questions you need to write each set using the set builder notation. So let's solve answer number 9 here. Okay, so this set is given to you in the roster form. As you can see, there are 4 elements, starts from 18, ends at 24. So if I will write the set with capital letter A, so this is 18, 20, 22 and 24. So let's first write a few things that we observe. This is a finite set for sure, and it has 4 elements. Now what is the rule that you can understand from this, or what is the pattern that you can notice? We can say that for each of the following element it is 2 more than the previous, yeah, or we can say that all of these are even numbers. So how we can write a rule for this, let's see. So definitely these are all natural even numbers, so we can write the set A as the set of all x such that x is of the form 2n, where n belongs to natural number, and then there is a condition. As you can see, this is a finite set which is having even natural numbers between 18 to 24, or you may also describe it that it is a set of even natural numbers more than 16 and less than 26. So any one way you can describe the set. So your x is going to be here natural number 2n, and this 2n is going to be having limits which is going to be less than equal to 18 or 24. So it has a maximum, it has a minimum. This is very, very important condition. Okay, so this is one way in which you can write your set builder notation for question number 9. Please try question 10 as your homework in a similar way. Now let's try, students, one common question in which you have to use all the 3 notations together. So there is this example 6 that I've put in here on the slide for all of you. Make sure you read and understand that. Very similar to this question, example 6. Now we are going to be trying the guided practice question. So here you are given, let me just explain you a little bit for the example 6. You are given the elements of the set and you need to designate the set S, capital letter S, using all 3 notations. So you need to use it in roster form or list the elements like this, and then you need to also describe it in the form of a statement like this, and then finally your set builder notation. Now observe here one thing, that within these elements 4 are given to you and then you have the 3 dots. So that means these are ellipses, which tells you that the set is going to continue with more and more elements and it is in infinite set. So just remember that point while you are writing the 3 description. Okay, so let's do now in a similar way answer number 6. So here the set alphabet is not given, so let us take capital A to denote the set. And here if you see the elements which are given to you, 1 2 3 4 elements are given, and you still have that ellipsis, the dots telling you that it is going to be an infinite set. So it has not only 4 but more elements. Let me first do the roster method. So when we are doing the roster method, let's review. We are going to just list the elements within the brackets. So we put the brackets and we write the elements given. So very easy. 11, 13, 15, 17 and then dot dot dot. So it is an infinite set. That completes your first method of the roster form. Let's do the second one now, which is descriptive. So now using these elements which are given, you just need to describe in the form of a sentence your set A, which is going to denote these elements. Okay, now for these elements, you can see that they are starting from 11, then 13, then 15, then 17. So can we say these are all odd numbers which are given to you? Yeah. And these are actually, in fact, to be very precise, odd natural numbers. So therefore, that can tell us that the descriptive method would describe the set as the set of odd natural numbers. And what is the minimum here? The minimum is 11. So we can either say starting from 11, or we could also say greater than 10. So let me write any one way. So I'm picking up greater than 10. So it is the set of all odd natural numbers greater than 10, and we need not put any restriction on the maximum element since it is infinite. So this much is enough for the descriptive notation. Finally, the third notation, which is set builder notation or your set builder method. So let's see how we can describe in this notation now. So definitely we are going to use the second part where we had written the description of the set. So it is a set of all natural numbers which is greater than 10. So if I'm using the same alphabet, capital A, then I'll put my brackets and then I'll describe my element, the variable x. So x such that x is equal to of the form, maybe if I want to just write it as your odd numbers, then I can write 2n plus 1, where your n is belonging to the set of natural numbers. And what is the restriction on this x? The restriction is that x is going to be starting from 11. It doesn't have a maximum, so you can just say that x is more than 10. So either you write x is more than 10, or you write x, or you can put the condition on n also, that your n has to be more than 4. Okay, so if n is more than 4, then your n can take values from 5, and that is 2 with 5 plus 1 to give you the first element 11. So this is about the third notation, set builder. So sometimes in your exam you may get one question like this where you have to give all 3 notations together. So this is going to be a pretty important slide that you should understand. At this point, I would like to remind you about an important note regarding the notation that we use for infinite set, which is using the ellipsis. We've already seen questions on this in today's session and before also. So these ellipses are the three dots that you see after the elements when you are placing them for an infinite set. So sometimes we can't usually list all the elements of a set. For example, if you're taking the set of natural numbers or the set of integers here, it has so many elements. It is going to be an infinite set. There are so many integers, so you can't really write each element for an infinite set like this. and that is why you adopt the notation or the convention of using the 3 dots, also known as the ellipsis. So whenever you get a question on sets, even if it doesn't mention that it is an infinite set, but then you see the 3 dots inside or in the pattern of the elements mentioned, you should know that these are going to be infinite set. For example, the set of your integers or the set of your whole numbers. These are all infinite sets. Wonderful. So let's now summarize the lesson for today, in which we understood the 3 different kinds of notation that we can use to write a given set. I will quickly review through the 3 types. The first is the descriptive form, where you need to write the description of the set in the form of a statement or a sentence. For example, let's take the first part here, the set of all vowels in the English alphabet. So you all know that there are going to be 5 vowels, and you can list them in the roster form like this. So A, E, I, O, U inside the curly brackets. So you have used all 5 elements to write in roster form. And if you want to just put that same thing in the set builder form, then you can write the curly brackets, a general element x or a general variable x, such that x is a vowel in the English alphabet. So these are the ways in which you could represent or write your sets in the 3 different notations. Very, very important. And with that, we have finished the learning objective for today's session. I would urge you to revise today's session, as we are going to be using what we have learned today in the next session, going to come on set theory. So that's all from my side. Bye students, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Mathematics Made Easy for more and more math videos. Bye bye and see you in the next session.